2 years ago, I decided to set a goal for myself. I wanted to be able to roll up at any trick and have it be anybody's guess as to what stance it was. So I had recorded this footage here just to kind of get a baseline of everything that I knew how to do switch, and it still isn't all of it. I was really, really tired by the end of this day and the second day. There was a lot that I had to do. There was a lot of work to be done. Considering I wanted to switch and nollie akin to what somebody would call P-Rod, just really, really good, never know what stance he's in, I had a lot of work to do. So it's been about 2 years, but I've always kind of been working on these tricks in the background, and I've never really held a spotlight to them too much, but we're finally at a point where I think there's enough progression for me to make a video on, and I'm actually super excited about this whole video.
So in a way, this video is kind of going to be my switch and nollie progression.
Now, I always start off my warm-ups pretty simple, but you can already see the level of cleanup I've done, especially with just shove-its. I mean, I'm doing switch, regular, fakie, nollie, all of them, and they all look much more tight and controlled as compared to when I was doing them a few years ago. My 360 still needs some work. I skipped a few this day, but still not quite there. We're working on them. They'll get there eventually.
Not good, but passable according to the barracks.
Followed by the worst switch backside flip, the worst regular backside flip, and some questionable frontside flip attempts. Switch frontside flip is actually a really new one, and I wouldn't consider myself very good at this trick, obviously, but we're getting there. You can start to see a lot of the fundamentals really starting to click. Nollie front heel, also new. Nollie backside flip, also new. And my progression with switch trays is much, much better, a lot more clean and concise. I didn't land a good handful of these tricks this day. I was having kind of a weird day, but just the fact that I'm able to do a lot of these tricks on a bad day is something to be proud of.
So my progression with grinds and slides is quite a bit different than with flat ground. I've been focusing mainly on just fundamentals, because if I can get the fundamentals, everything else will come. Now, with grinds and slides, I did know a handful, but not a whole lot. We're gonna start off with the rail though. Now on a rail, I could always switch board slide both ways. The only thing I've really learned on a rail is switch lip slide, switch front lip to be specific. I haven't really dialed in a lot of stuff on the rail just simply because I want to get a lot of it comfortable on a box before I take it here. But we'll do a couple switchboard slides and a switch lip real quick. Still pretty uncomfortable with switch front lip. It's not one that I particularly enjoy doing, but we'll get better. That's pretty much all there is on the rail. I haven't really taken a bunch of this stuff, like I said before. Wanted to get a bunch of it clean on the box. I think I've made a video on a couple of switch tricks in the past. Like I think I learned, or a couple of nollie tricks in the past. Like I learned nollie front crook and a couple of other things. I made a bit more progress since then. There's a couple of tricks that I used to do, like nollie nose slides and stuff, that I've been kind of bringing back into rotation, but still not quite there yet. And that's not everything. You know, when it comes to my switch and nollie progression on the box, like I said earlier, I've been focusing mainly on flat ground, trying to get a lot of the fundamentals before I really start working on stuff on the box. There's a handful of things like the switch front tail, working back in my nollie nose slides, nollie crooks, both ways. Lots of different things that I'm still trying to work in, but we're getting there. We're getting close. And
And I'm pretty proud of a lot of the progress because a lot of this really only took place in the last 2 months. I know I said 2 years at the beginning of the video. That's when I initially made the goal. I didn't really start acting on it until the last couple of months. And really, really quickly, my progression has showed. And, you know, working on all the tricks a little bit in the background over those course of those 2 years, but really dialing it in hard at the beginning of the year. We're still gonna keep working at the Switch stuff. We will get to that point one day, but we're almost there, and I'll see you guys with the next check-in, probably in a year or so, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, drop a like, drop a sub, helps out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next one.